This is Pete Butler, opening the Board of Health meeting on Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. It is 4:05. Calling the meeting open.
And the meeting is being recorded.
And this meeting is being recorded.
Okay. This is the minutes from last time. And even though you weren't here, you can still vote on them. I mean, it's up to you.
Yep, I read through and I approved the minutes as written. Today.
It's too hot.
So,
I'm going to make a motion.
Looking for a motion.
I will make a motion that we accept the minutes of the June 17th meeting.
A second?
Second? Yep.
And all in favor say aye.
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 I haven't looked at the agenda.
From new business, we have approving the Board of Health minutes. That is done. We'll have a guest today, Claire Galkowski, and she'll be arriving later.
Yeah, she said just a few minutes late.
Great.
She looks like she has a question.
Well, no, I was just going to say, if you want to do the plan now.
I'll review the plan.
That came in after this one up?
No, 54 Winslow we had, but
Oh,
the others that we didn't have.
All right. So the other two we still don't have?
Correct. They will be on the next agenda.
All right, so we'll do that. We can do that. Get it out of the way. Oh,
So we're looking at the plans for 54 Winslow.
yeah.
Great.
These must be brand new. They still have the little wax on the tip.
Yes, I just took them on the wall.
Those are signatures.
Yeah, I have them right here. And I still have to sign this. Okay, so I will look at that. Wait.
So this plan has two waivers on it. And waiver request is on the bottom right-hand corner of the plan.
You talking about variances?
Yes, variances, yeah.
And there's a letter included. It said, "Hello,
Hi, everyone. Come on in.
So variances include allowing the bottom of the
Proposed SAS.
the ProSAS to be 3.1 feet above soil modeling instead of the 4 feet required to avoid pump chamber.
Yep.
And to allow the use of sieve analysis instead of perk test.
Yes.
okay." So
Those are two generalized, variances that we do allow up to the time. And to allow not to use a pump chamber, to avoid using a pump chamber. So it's a Title V compliant system. I don't see anything else. I think as far as the review engineer, there's nothing else to change on this plan. The plan's updated.
did he show the test pits on the new revised plan?
Yeah, those are revised plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are common variances.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. And I will make a motion that we accept the plans for 54 Winslow Drive as printed on the plan.
I second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You have to sign that. This pen is not my friend.
Just me signing?
Yes.
Yes, just one signature is needed.
We have the plan back as well.
Oh,
please?
we have to get the whole thing back or we can't go home.
And this goes on
That's
top.
not on top. There are rules.
Thank you.
Are you Claire?
Hi, I'm
This is
Claire.
Claire.
You want Peter?
Hi, Peter.
Very nice.
Sorry I'm late.
Thank you for being here today.
It's okay, we had a couple other things to do.
Ridiculous amount of traffic on a Tuesday afternoon.
In Hanson.
Yeah.
They're all trying to
From
get away from the
Westwood.
heat.
From Westwood.
Oh.
Did you come down 128 or?
Yeah, I came down to Route 3 to Hingham or through, 220.
You're a brave soul.
Me an hour, that's what Google told me to do. I don't
That's the
second
quickest
it.
People doesn't
way.
understand this. I did it last week on Wednesday. I want to say it took me like 2 hours to get from Burlington to Hanson.
I believe it.
Because
Where is everybody coming from?
I don't know, but they're on the highway.
They need to go back to where they came from, though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know,
My mother used to say, "Go home, you crazy people." I was one of the crazy people.
So,
Right, so we're welcoming Claire Golkowski to provide additional information on the Harvey contract.
probably a couple of things, but start with the Harvey contract.
So I have copies for everybody for the current contract.
I did not bring my phone.
I have a copy for you, Claire.
Thanks, but I had a marked up copy.
Oh.
I think I sent you the markup though, didn't
Oh, hang on, I can
I
check.
can't. I don't have my glasses on, which I should. That's packaged. That's
Can you
that's
give
yours.
that
I gave Peter mine
Okay.
because I didn't know if
Let me
he
just
wanted
get
to.
in here and see if this is it.
You and I will share.
Did I not bring that? I am sorry.
Here, Claire, let me see if you sent it to me. When did you send it to me?
Oh, the other day.
Oh, okay. Oh, the notes that you had on it.
Yeah.
Right.
the
Yep.
markup
Correct.
So I reviewed the proposal from NASA Disposal, which apparently has been acquired by Waste Connections, but they seem to keep the names of the original companies, which can be a little confusing. So I was asked to take a look at it, and it's a terrible proposal. It looks like it's set up for, a commercial customer, basically. We've built the terms and the rates. It's not really appropriate for a municipal contract. And the pricing is not advantageous.
I have just a thread of emails that you sent me.
Okay, I am so sorry, but I did not
That's all
bring
right.
that. I can forward it again, but I went through it. I did make a number of comments. And I summarized, I went through and I looked at all our other towns, what they're paying for disposal and recycling and cardboard. And, the rates they're proposing are out of sight. So here is a synopsis, and here is a list of the spreadsheet with just some basic data on most of our other towns that are relevant to what you're doing in one
Thank
way or
you.
another. All our towns, some of our towns do curbside, some of them do drop off. But in general, having a bundled contract, or that includes the disposal and the recycling, is not generally advantageous for a town to do. I always recommend that there be 3 separate contracts, one or even in your case, possibly 4. And I know it's work, but if you look at the bottom line here, the proposal will cost the town almost $45,000 more than it should, compared with what you should be able to get for rates if you went out to bid. So it looks like the last contract was bid, and it started in January of 2015, which is much too long to go without going out to bid.
Mm-hmm.
And the company has changed hands several times in that.
Right, it was ABC.
ABC went out of business.
ABC, and then they got bought up by somebody else, then got bought up
And
by somebody else.
Yeah, if you're looking for my advice, I work for 18 towns on the South Shore. I should have introduced myself better. Are you familiar with the South Shore Recycling Cooperative?
You could tell me more about it, and we're being recorded, so it would be helpful, yeah.
Okay, that's all. So South Shore Recycling Cooperative is a government organization that consists of 18 member towns, including Hanson. We go all the way from Braintree down to Plymouth and out to East Bridgewater. And I'm the executive director. Been doing it for 27 years. Do a lot of contract work for the towns. I'm here to help with doing contracts, and so is Todd Kepp, our DEP MAC. We work together a lot. And I, have a good idea of what's out there, because I keep track of what all my towns, who they use, what they pay, which you can see on the back of of the spreadsheet. This is a tiny, tiny part of a huge enormous spreadsheet where I keep track of all the data. So, so my goal is to minimize our town's trash disposal tonnage and costs, make your programs as efficient as possible. But, you know, I'm kind of a consultant. I can't do it for you. The town has to, you know, do it, but I'm here to provide advice as requested. So,
So Claire, just so you know that NOS said I put them on notice, their representative, supposed to come to one of our meetings after we have this meeting here. So they know to come in and discuss this.
But they're so far out of whack. Only
Yeah.
one other town uses Harvey?
Yep.
Wow.
Because the price
they're so expensive.
Right.
So,
So CMAS is the best.
Well, yeah, and, you know, we are very
we had
limited.
CMAS a long time ago.
That's who we had, that's who we switched from.
Right, we're very
That's
limited
because
in
that
our,
contract.
yeah.
you know, there aren't a lot of service options for disposal or recycling, but there is a little competition. And, you know, CMAS is an option. I mean, if you want to get a good price, you need to go out to bid. That's
Right.
really what it comes down to. It's not something that, you know,
We
if a
absolutely,
company, this has happened in my own town too, where I live, is, you know, they get comfortable with the company and it's work to go out to bid. But, you know, if you can see by the amount of
It's
money,
worth
it's
it.
worth the money. So,
what else?
We kind of can't afford not to.
Right.
kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You were telling him about what you do. You haven't even talked about hazardous waste.
Oh, yeah, we do hazardous waste too. I'm here, mostly here, I assume, about the,
yeah.
This.
transfer station stuff. But yeah, SSRC and I run the hazardous waste program too, so.
What does going out to bid entail?
Well, you have to draft an invitation for bid or request for, it's too big for quotes, but, the, RFP is, you know, more
Yeah.
complicated than an IFB. So, you know, for a town the size of Hanson, I would suggest an IFB. You know, you're not required to use, you're not subject to 30B for solid waste. However, 30B has excellent parameters, and, you know, I use 30B parameters when I go out to bid. I don't have to go out to bid for a lot of stuff either on behalf of the towns, but I do, because 30B is good advice. And it's been really helpful to me. So, you know, for an invitation for bids, you need to set some minimum requirements, and that's how you avoid doing the RFP. If you set your minimum requirements high enough, you can, you know, eliminate the fly-by-nights and the, you know,
Right.
bad actors. And, you know, say what you want, and say what your generation is, you know, and Todd and I can both help with this. And, you know, get it done.
Yeah, and it sounds like something we absolutely have to do. And then how long would it take to prepare it? And then how long do we give, you know, does it go out and then people have a month or 2 months to respond?
A month should be enough to respond. I mean, preparing it would probably take a month or two. You want to run it by town council before you put
Right.
it out.
Mm.
And I don't know how long your town council lead time is, but,
I don't think it's a problem.
but you know, there are templates out there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we don't need to
Yeah.
recreate the
No, you
wheel.
don't. No,
Just go to one of the other towns and see what they use.
Right.
Do you have some templates?
For a drop off, I think I do. I think I do, and if not, I can
Find somebody that has one.
find some and work one up. Help to work one up. I can't do it for you, but
No.
I can help.
The towns are such a mix of DPWs that take care of the trash, or the Board of Health. Everybody's a different mix. So, and not everybody has drop off.
No, half of
lot
them
of
are
curbside.
curbside, half of them are drop off. A lot of the curbside towns have a recycling center though. So, and you know, you have other materials too that probably could stand to go out to bid, like electronics. There are state contracts available too for electronics and other things like that, that are helpful. So then you don't have to go out to bid if it's on a state contract. You get a good price.
Claire and I, what day was that we went? Last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday, yeah?
We did a tour. Well, we had a meeting and then we did a tour of a recycling facility for electronics that's in Abington that I had never heard of.
Me neither.
Where in
I
Abington
never
is
heard of it.
Well, if you never heard of it,
Which I was.
where in
because I-
Abington is it?
Whale Street.
Wales
Had
Street,
never
okay,
heard of
Get on
it.
the railroad tracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's a residential area until you get to the
So
end.
you get to this building, and the building from the beginning in the front looks like it's a small building. You go in and it goes back for miles.
27,000 square feet.
Wow.
But they have not worked, they're just getting into the municipal
Yeah.
They are.
programs. That's why we've not heard.
They're not on the
They're not on state
they're not
contract.
state contract.
They weren't even aware there was a state contract. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
that just went out to bid. And they just got the bids in, but they might reopen that one because the state screwed up on
Yeah, but they
notifications.
they would come and do everything.
Yeah, like any of the other, and there are choices. You got Good Point Recycling in Brockton. RMG, I think, is who you use.
Yes.
In
That's
Yep.
out of New
in
Hampshire.
Hampshire.
That's what we use.
CRS does it down in Westport, Fall River. Yeah, there are a few companies that do the electronics, but
So essentially, we need to look at everything
it would be
and what
wise.
we're spending.
I would,
to
since
save
you're
money.
having such budget constraints, you really do. It would be wise to look at all your cost centers and, see where the money's going, what other towns are spending, and where you could save money. And yes, it will take time. It will require some dedication of some time, but
It's worth it in the
it's
end.
worth it.
So, just a few questions and points of clarification. I like to filter through what I've heard back to make sure I'm understanding.
Sorry if I talk too fast.
No, that's fine. So, points of recommendation are to go to bid. And the opportunity is to achieve up to over $44,000 per year of savings, potentially.
I can't promise
Yep.
that, but based on what other towns are paying now.
Okay. So there's an opportunity to achieve some savings, significant savings, by going back to bid. The process would include an invitation for bid or IFB aligning to Chapter 30B's, guidance and
Yeah.
parameters, develop a proposal, leveraging templates provided by South Shore Recycling, create the proposal and put it out for bid upon select board approval,
Well, it's actually not select board, it would be town council.
town council approval. So that's process and opportunity. My question is currently, I guess, Teresa, this would be for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is included in the Harvey bundle, which may result in savings outside of what we're seeing in the tonnage rates savings, the potential savings?
What's included in it?
Yeah, is there anything else included in our current contract structure that results in savings that might not be represented through the tonnage comparison? Nothing.
No. I mean, they're supposed to pick up fluorescent bulbs. They fought us tooth and nail on that. We had to pay an outside company to come in.
Yeah, it's part of the contract.
So we're
If you
having,
were contracted with CMAS, that would be free.
It's always has been. Since I started here, it's always been included. And now all of a sudden they were like, nope, it's not included. So we had to pay an outside company to
Are you
take
using
them.
the state contract for that?
I believe they were on the state contract.
I don't
And
remember.
getting their state contract rates, is CRS that you're sending?
We've only done it once. I don't remember what the company was because we've only done it once.
It's
like
probably
about
twice a year thing. So.
Probably about 6 months ago we did it. So no, there's nothing else. It's just,
and we're having trouble with the administration of the current contract, by the sound.
well, the
Based on the
contract, yeah, it's like an extension of an extension of an extension that
Mhm.
started back in 2014 when we originally went to
Yeah, it
36
looks like
Road.
you had a lapse of contract for over a year.
We did.
too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we had a fight about recycling
Yeah.
at one point, and they refused to pick it up.
Yeah, it's
It's
just,
history.
yeah, yeah.
That's the current opportunity, and then the bid process itself, I'm gonna ask some very direct questions. Is there a fee that's paid to South Shore Recycling to support?
No, you pay membership.
We pay a membership
So
fee.
you get me as a free consultant, basically, through the dues.
And the
Right.
state pays,
And Todd kept, you can also apply for technical
He's a state,
assistance
he's
grant for Todd's time.
this is true.
I think we still have that, don't we?
We might have something,
Still
a
have it,
technical
yeah.
assistance grant.
Oh, well, you should
Yeah.
check in with Todd and
Yeah.
make use of it, because he's.
He'll help us with all
He's
of
a
that.
big, he used to work for NOS at Disposal.
I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
can you tell me more about the process and resources needed to support an IFB approach to a new bid? and like the establishment of up to 4 separate contracts. Like, what does that feel like? Who's involved?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think the first step would be to check on your technical assistance, grant.
To see if
to
we
see
still
if
have
we still
that.
have any, and if you don't, it's a rolling grant, so you can apply again.
And then that would allow him to help us with all of that technical stuff that needs to be done in terms of the contract.
And that would be to secure Todd's
Todd,
support.
yep.
What's Todd's last name?
Koep. I probably.
Oh, we've met Todd once
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
He helped
Yeah,
us
he's
with our
terrific.
fee.
He's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he helped us analyze our fees.
Yes.
It's great. So technical assistance grants to secure Todd Cope as a resource. And would Todd be the grant, would he write the IFBs?
Well, he could, I mean, I could start on that for you
Mm.
without any formal process. I could see what I have.
What
I
template?
I could connect with Todd, myself, and, we talk all the time. So, without a formal arrangement, because it'll take a little time for them to get going on it. But right now you're without a contract, so I don't know if you could get into a 6-month or 4-month.
Are they waiting for us to sign, or is there?
But
what's the
there is,
deal?
NASA, so NASA's supposed to come before the board to discuss what they have.
Okay.
And Harvey, Cliff Bassett from Harvey was supposed to come before. I told him, the board wanted to review the contracts and let's see what's going on. And Cliff Bassett from Harvey responded, and Tyler something from NASA responded.
Tyler Cohen.
So I figured, well, let's get them here to talk about it. Get you involved and stuff because it's backwards. And you mentioned that they're all part of Waste Connection now.
I believe so, yeah.
So
Well,
that's
Waste
what I asked
Connections
about.
bought Yale Harvey, and they bought the facility in Rochester,
They bought the facility
which
too?
was under ABC, but it was called
Way
Zero
back.
Waste Solutions. They've had so
Right.
many different names. I
So
don't know
many.
what to call them.
I know, that's-
When I get
what I'm trying to
invoices, I'm
establish.
like, all right, where am I
Who's who?
paying these?
It'd be nice to establish who's who. 'cause
Yeah, it's a very strange.
It is very because
Because
arrangement
one,
that they
it
have.
seems like somebody tries to get the monopoly, so they buy up all the companies. And then
Yeah, well, there's a few big companies, big players that are all fighting with each other out there. There's
Waste
the Waste
Management?
Connections, Win Waste, Waste Management, Casella. They're the
Casella's been around forever.
yeah, well,
So many different forms.
yes, a number of them. Well, so is Waste Management, and Republic also has swallowed up a lot of companies. But and so there is competition. There are other people out there that can do this. And the cardboard, you separate your cardboard. That's a resource. In this contract, they're not giving you any kind of credit for sending
thought they were
cardboard
supposed to.
clean. It's at
At one point
$129
we
a ton,
did.
yeah.
which is crazy. They're
They-
charging you $40 now.
The way they do things, they change all the time. They were giving us credit, then they started sending us checks. And
When was that?
Last year.
the beginning of it was probably the end of 24. So,
Really?
but I
Wow.
didn't know they were going to send a check, so I would see the negative and I would deduct it off of the invoice.
Uh-huh.
And then they were like, no, you owe us money because you deducted it off, and then we sent you a check. But I didn't know you were
What a
sending me
silly
checks.
way to do it.
Oh, like
Usually
totally
it's just a
ass
credit.
backwards. Yeah. So I think we got all of that straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that, like, in lieu of a termed contract, we are being charged higher rates by Harvey because this is their default rate when they don't have a contract in place?
I don't think it's a default rate. They charge you whatever they think they can get away with. I don't think they have a default
And if they
rate.
know you didn't go out to bid, they're gonna.
They're going
I
to
know,
charge
right.
us whatever
Yeah.
and assume that we're going to pay it. Because we had trouble with them during the pandemic. Issues with everything went up. The gas went up. They had a fee for this and a fee for that.
Right.
I ask because if we did choose to engage Harvey in contract negotiations, would they have a better rate when we're in a contracted state versus in this
I don't know.
interim state?
If they
To-
know we're
to save
going
all
out,
that energy of going out to bid and things like this.
That was the whole intent of getting hold of Harvey Waste, Cliff Bassett, the regional manager, to get him and come talk about the contract, along with Nauset, get them in here to talk about the contract and see what they have to offer, and then go from there.
yeah.
I
That was
I was gonna say, right now, I don't feel like there's an incentive for them to lower their
Well,
rates.
and I
But
would
if
say
they
of
know
all
we're looking at other companies.
and of all the towns in South Shore Recycling, there's only 2 towns that are utilizing Harvey.
Right.
So that to me says
They're not.
There's a reason.
There's better rates out there, and CMAS is probably where the better rates are.
So what's-
I'd like to avoid bouncing, right? Like in renegotiating and all of this in the future. And if that's just the way it is, people have to bounce from contract to contract and put all that administrative waste out there, like trying to constantly, because that's a lot of work. So I'm just trying to think.
Yeah. So Claire, excuse me, what's Win Allstate? Who's that now? Are they
Wind
connection?
waste, you mean?
Wind Waste is another big company that's been buying up a
It
lot
looks
of
like,
small
okay, in Hanover, they got Wind and Allstate? Allstate's back in
Um,
business again?
companies.
CMAS and Win,
Yeah.
but that's recycling. CMAS is, trash.
Recycling and haul.
It says recycling haulage,
Well,
transfer.
that's the hauler, yeah, that's who's carting their stuff. I think let's see. I think when I have two, they switched from one to another during the year. This is
Okay.
2024 data. Under Hanson, I plugged in the proposed rate. So they raised the hauling rate by 50% from last year to this too, I noticed. They went from
Let me
198 a haul to 300.
It's $225 a haul now.
Oh, it's
It's
225.
$225 a haul now, going
Okay,
to
so
300.
they're
So, but that's 75. Like that's
Dollars.
that's
A
a
lot.
lot.
That's
a
a
lot.
lot. You have a lot
That's
of hauls,
we have a
right?
lot of hauls.
And
Yes.
that's not even included in the amount of money that in the little short, small table that I have
Yep.
here.
Initially, I think we had done contracts that were 3 years, and then there was the year extension. And we tried to get ahead of it. So we did the first 3 year, which is, you got a lot of time and energy into it, but then you get 2 years in, you start looking at the next contract.
Right.
So that it's not a crunch at the end. And I think when you're talking about it being sort of labor intensive, but it's gonna be worth it financially.
Absolutely.
And then we do a 3 year contract, and then we're back where we should be in terms of being on top of it.
On the cycle of contract renewal.
We
Yes.
wouldn't be bleeding money
Yeah.
the way we are now.
I mean, typically, it's a 3-year contract with 2 one-year extensions, but then
Yes,
6 months or 8 months before that
you start
second
working on it.
extension is up, you want to start a new bid.
Mhm.
Um,
And we haven't done
So
that.
that gives you 5 years,
Right.
4.5 years.
Right, where you're working within a negotiated rate.
Mm.
Yes.
And I think that's great. Whereas right now, we're working within a default rate with Harvey. So we have
Yeah,
to-
and they're so difficult to deal with. Oh my gosh.
So that explains the need for this, the urgency, right? That we need
Mhm.
to get within a negotiated rate, so we're saving money over time.
We at least get us closer down to what other towns are paying. Nobody is paying what we are.
So is one of our first steps to get the technical assistance grant, verify if we have that,
Mhm.
and secure Todd
Do
and
we have that then?
continue to work. Sure.
I think
I'll-
it's
I
still,
can start looking at it if you want me to.
I think Todd
See
is
what-
still part of it.
The
don't
last
know anything
time
about
I talked to him, he did say we had a technical assistance.
Yeah,
program.
And how much money is that? Or is it time?
It's time.
It's time.
China.
It's time for him.
Do we have to inform anyone else in town hall that we're endeavoring to do this?
I mean, it's totally up to the Board of Health, but I mean, just out of courtesy, I would say let the TA know.
Because she's gonna be the one signing it, because she's a
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Procurement.
Officer.
Easy for you
But-
to say.
No, it wasn't. I needed to drink of water. I needed to drink of water.
It is a Board of Health contract. It's
So
not a
that
town
we would
contract.
we would take it, get it all together, send it to town council, who would bless it, whether we've done anything we shouldn't or whatever, then it goes out. And then when we're ready to sign the contract, we involve the administrator just to sign
Does town council need to review any contracts before they go out as well?
Oh, yeah.
everything.
So
That, yeah.
there's-
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Need for town
Yeah, yeah.
council.
Absolutely.
Yes, they want to make sure that we're
Okay.
not taken to the cleaners.
Town council is needed. And then,
Waste Zero with your bags has also been
It's,
needs to be watched, and
they
the rates
they
need
had
to
a
be
meeting
watched.
with us.
Okay.
It was with the chair and myself. They sent us an email saying because of tariffs.
Oh, yeah, baloney.
Okay, so, right. And
Was
we
it
were
not-
like, wait, I thought everything was supposed to be made in this country. That
Yes,
was like,
thank you for notifying me about that, because you guys are my eyes and ears,
yeah.
and it's
And
really.
so we met with them and they wanted to see if we would buy a year's worth of bags and they would
Oh, I
store them
remember that.
for us.
At the higher price.
Yeah, at a higher price.
They're not, and if
we
and
don't
you
have
should
the
be
money.
using the state contract for that, which you may not be.
We're not,
And.
because the sizes are off.
The sizes are off. If they did that, well, I won't speculate as to their.
Sorry,
But-
just
but
to-
if you use the state contract, they're not allowed to raise their rates, and there's gonna be an article in the newsletter this week about that, because of tariffs.
They have a state contract, right? Isn't that the state
Yes,
contract?
but.
No,
if
but
you
our
don't- but if
bag
you don't
sizes are
Invoke
not.
it in your contract, then they can charge you whatever they
One
want.
size is on the state contract, the other size is.
It's like off by an inch, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Impact to residents. So when we move from one company to another, how do we minimize impact to residents? Is it
There's
just
no impact.
There isn't
a
any.
different brand on a truck pulling
Yeah,
up to remove
as
waste?
long
They
as,
would never know.
because we rent the compactors from Harvey,
Okay.
so as long as it's seamless, they do it on a Wednesday and a Thursday, they switch everything out, and if we go with a new company, it would be seamless.
Because then they'd open on Friday and they wouldn't even notice the
Yeah.
containers. They
Right.
were different.
So it's just trucks and containers and branding are the only impact, the no impact.
Right?
No impact.
No impact,
Yeah,
no.
no impact.
And the containers are all different names all over them too.
So you don't even know who they belong
And
to.
maybe
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get, like, updated compactors that work.
Yeah, you can
That
apply
work.
for a grant for that, you'll have to wait.
The container
a
or
while For the compactors, the
You
Smurf
just
grant.
missed it.
You just missed it, I know, I wish I had been, well, I was in the hospital, so it's my excuse, but.
That's a
But,
good excuse.
Good excuse, but, next year I would definitely, if they still offer it next year,
Yeah, because
apply for a
yeah,
grant
'cause
for the
it's $900, it's $843 a month for the
Right.
compactors. Just the compactors alone.
And we could, and I know that
That's
there's
five
been
compactors.
opportunities.
Right, but it's still
Five
not,
compactors.
right, but it's still not,
Five? Wow, okay.
but it's still $900 a month.
That, so even if we start with one now and each year we try to get one, it's still, over time, gonna be worth it.
Yeah,
And we could have gotten containers before.
Well, Gil had the
Wait.
money from town meeting that we had, but then
Before
COVID hit,
And
and
they
the
took
price
it.
went through the roof, and the price went through the roof, so the money
couldn't
we had
afford it.
wouldn't have purchased very
No.
much.
Yeah,
And then the town took the money back.
because it goes back to the general fund after so many years.
yeah, yeah.
But COVID hit us bad as far as.
But I think
the-
through
The
RDP, we
grant and
could get
everything, COVID hit us pretty
a
bad.
container. At one point, they, I think had containers where we could have, put in for a container.
Yeah,
It was within the past couple of years.
yeah.
So we can just keep looking at what they're offering.
So, yeah, so when the grants come out, go for as much as you possibly can on those.
Ask for everything.
Ask for everything, paint shed too, hopefully we'll pass a paint bill this year and get that, so the cost will go to the companies and not to the town for managing all that. Get the paint out of your trash, out of the hazardous waste collection, so that's another, a whole
That's
nother
a whole
issue.
other thing, yeah.
Yeah. We're actually looking for resolutions from towns on supporting the legislation too for what's called extended producer responsibility. So we're supporting, paint, batteries, electronics, packaging, printed paper, mattresses.
Great.
And part of that is that the producer pays for the recycling cost up front and not the municipalities.
Right. Right. It's not a reimbursement. You can be the collection point, but you call for a collection and they bill the stewardship organization that represents the companies, the manufacturers.
Deposit system.
Kind of, except you don't get, different products have different methods, like paint, there's a advanced recovery fee that you pay a cash register, so if you buy a gallon of paint, you pay an extra $1 for the can, which enables you to bring it back to a town or to whatever retailers are taking it.
At no cost.
They'll recycle it.
Yeah, you're just paying that fee.
Up front.
Up front instead of at the back end. Same with the mattresses, but for the batteries, it's not a visible fee. It's just something that the industry has to absorb and cover. And the batteries have been, there's fires everywhere from lithium batteries.
I know, they've mentioned to me a company, somebody in the past 2 weeks has mentioned a company that would come out and take all the batteries, but they would separate them, and they would be put someplace separately.
Ones that explode and ones that don't explode?
Yeah.
Yep. And I think
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
I think it's really every kind of battery, so the battery you don't know what to do with, there's even a bin for that. So that they're separated, they're not in the trash, because I have batteries I'm holding on to because I don't know where they're supposed to go.
Staples. Bring them to Staples.
They take everything?
They take all small format batteries.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
That's great.
And they have these cute little boxes. You know, there should be some instructions to tape the terminals because you don't want any shorting going on.
Because we noticed that they did that with a place we went to. Every battery they had was completely sealed and taped so that they wouldn't touch each other and start a fire. That's
So-
So I
Further
go,
down
I'm a
on
little
our
off topic here.
That's okay, that's
Yeah.
okay, so
But,
what,
you know, we have to deal with this at the beginning of the pipe, not, you know, the transfer stations take stuff at the end of the pipe. I learned long ago that, you know, it's not practical to control things at the
That way.
consumer end. You have to get it at the front end.
makes sense to me. The only question I didn't ask up front was how are you engaged to perform this analysis? It's just part of our, fee and
You just
consult-
did.
we-
You just did. Here, I
She
take out
does
my
it all
book,
the time.
I write it on my list.
Oh, no, but this in
Why-
particular,
She does that all the time so people know
okay,
what all the towns are paying.
She's the
That's
trash guru.
standard.
got it. So
She-
this is
that's
a,
Among other
standard.
gurus.
I'm the waste nerd.
so nobody
She knows
asked
everything
No,
about all
for
that stuff.
special action.
No,
Serious.
no. She
Ask
will
questions.
she will come to a meeting and say, this town is paying this town is paying this. She'll tell you whether they're curbs or pickup.
Right, but no, like a member of the board or something like that didn't ask
no,
you
no,
to do
no,
this
no.
analysis, you just do
No.
it as
Well,
part.
Arlene did.
Oh, you did, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I did.
She's on the board with, they're on the board together.
She's our
Got
treasurer.
it, got it. I was trying, how did this start?
It's conversations.
So Arlene's
Teresa
participation
sent me
on
the-
South Shore Recycling,
Teresa sent her information.
I send Claire everything that I have questions on, I send to Claire because I know she's the woman in the know.
okay,
And she's like, way too much. It's
So they-
way too high.
yeah.
Which I thought,
Yep.
when I sent it to her, I said, I think it's total malarkey.
this is great,
Right.
this is what the board should be doing, I just wanted to understand
She
how
sent an email back
it came
to
about.
her and to me saying you guys are paying way too much.
Yeah.
Great,
That's what started the conversation.
good. So
So
there's no
pretty
financial
deal.
commitment
No,
from the board,
no,
other than any fees that might relate to town council?
no.
Or is
No,
that
we don't
just-
pay that.
No
That's
fees.
Select board.
That's
No.
the select board, great.
Mhm.
There's no impact to residents or the service level that they're currently receiving, and we have potential savings.
Yes.
So it's all sounds good.
Well, I can't imagine we'll end up paying more than we're paying now.
No.
We will.
No,
So, I mean, any savings is a good savings,
I mean, are they-
especially with under the current situation with the budget.
Right, so they're still providing you service without a contract at the rates that they proposed?
Well, I haven't gotten an invoice for July yet.
No, it's too early for that, but.
Well, usually they send them to
But
me
for like June, because you
weekly.
didn't have a contract in June, you haven't had a contract.
No,
in
but they
over a
sent
year.
us, the one that Tyler Cullen sent to Gil, that came for, I'm assuming that would be starting for July. It doesn't clearly say that, but that's my assumption. Again, it's an assumption. And usually I get, invoices like a weekly,
Weekly?
yep.
Why do they bill you
Well, because
weekly?
Harvey sends the hauling at the end of the month,
Okay,
but then they send the disposal weekly.
really?
Yes.
That's difficult.
I don't pay it weekly.
No, that's a lot of paperwork. Wow.
No, I do not pay it weekly,
It's
and
an
I don't
actual
pay
invoice,
anything,
not just a statement?
and I don't pay anything until I have a week slip that goes with it.
You're good,
Right.
Teresa, you're good.
I cross-check them, because I don't trust anybody. So I haven't gotten anything yet, so I don't know. I'm hoping it's the old rates, because we don't have the extra money. I mean, we just don't have
Right.
the extra money.
Right. I don't know what your old rates are, though. I don't think I got your June. If you could send me your June invoice, that would.
Yeah, I sent you the hauling and the, recycling.
For
Disposal, rather.
For June
For
invoices?
June, yes.
Okay, I'll have
Yeah.
to look. You sent me a lot of good stuff. and
I
I
sent
think
you.
a couple of things.
I probably
slipped through the cracks.
over inundated you.
That's okay, and I do it too.
Stuff.
I do it too. I'll have to look.
But I
back.
can send it to you again if we
No,
can,
that's okay.
locate it.
That's okay.
It was around the same time that I sent, the email with the contract that they wanna have us sign. And I think the contract that they sent us to is like net 10 days.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
that there is,
They can't,
no-
they can't there's no mechanism for a town to pay
No.
late fees. But they, you
And
know,
there's
they're
no
gonna
way
put
we
it
can
on
get
there.
things approved in 10 days.
Right, I
like,
know, I
that-
know.
It takes 10 days just to work its
Yeah,
way
that
through
was one of the
accounting.
comments I made on the proposal
Yeah,
too, is that's just
Crazy.
ridiculous.
Right now we
30
have
days is,
right now we have net
Net
45.
balancing it up.
No, now we have like net 45
oh, good.
because I think it was 30 and I was like, no, because we only
We
meet
don't have
once
time.
a month.
Right,
And then
right.
it's going to go downstairs, and it takes 2 weeks to go through them for the check to go out.
Right.
So it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you got our fiscal 26 bill, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to get the money from to pay.
Yeah, well, you can take.
I know half of
you
it.
can take 3,000 from,
It's
RDP?
half.
you can take 3,000 plus the hazardous waste admin fee from RDP.
Okay.
'Cause you can
I thought
pay-
it was
you-
half. I could take half.
No, 3,000 is the maximum for memberships and subscriptions through RDP per year.
3,000 from RDP.
And then the second part was,
And then you can also take your hazardous waste costs out of RDP.
Oh.
that was
Oh,
new last year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or are you talking about all of the
Anytime.
hazardous waste?
All the hazardous waste anytime you can.
Yeah, that is generally where I pay it out of.
Okay.
That's why we're having an issue with that big bill.
Right.
But you
Because
could pay that out of your RDP funds.
we're going to totally deplete the RDP.
Well, that's your call.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm just telling
I know.
you what is.
Well, because originally, say 6 years ago, we had a $10,000 budget line for hazardous waste days.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Now it's 2,000.
Two?
Oh, it went down to 3.
Maybe it's 3.
It's
I
3.
thought it was
Maybe it's
three.
3.
Yeah, I thought you told me.
Because I remember
Right.
I
But
forgot
still.
what the problem was they were having that year, so they decided to cut hours down.
Well, what are they gonna do? Tell people that they can't bring hazardous waste, or they have to pay, I guess? Well, I mean, we just.
We'll have fires at the transfer station, because people
Yeah.
will just throw it all in there.
Right.
Chemicals and everything else.
Yep, or in the trash trucks.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we now have the limited subsidy policy for the social.
Right.
So two full load equivalents per household.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't think we get too much. I don't know off the top of my head, but that might cover it.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
it'll be tight.
Here's a question. When's the next IDP funds coming?
That's
Well-
always the question.
Well, the awards usually come out in October.
I was gonna say September, October.
Sometimes as late as mid-November. This year it was even later because, why was it this year? There was some issue at the state level about grants, which delayed things considerably. It had nothing to do with RDP, but
And did
Affected.
people sort of know what they were getting, but they didn't actually get the funds till October and November? Or did they just announce it all together?
they announced it all together.
And it's still correct that even if you're not MBTA compliant, these grants are
Oh,
not
that was
affected.
Separate
what it was,
money.
The MBTA.
But that doesn't affect these funds, correct?
No, but that
No.
was why they held it up last year because
Okay.
they were still
Yeah,
investigating.
because I
But my
know I asked that
understanding was
question. I was
that
told
the money
it
for
doesn't.
IDP comes from tax credits, so it wasn't.
No, the money from RDP doesn't come from any tax base at all. It
No,
comes
not
from
not when I say tax
waste
credits.
to energy credits.
Waste energy credits, not tax credits.
Right.
So it wasn't part of state funding.
No,
it's
I
not
know,
tax
but
dollars.
things are changing
Right.
so rapidly. Like I just want to have that reiterated that no, it's not
Yeah.
tied.
It's
Because
not.
that we would be.
It's
I
not.
know. That
It's
would
not
be-
tied to the state
No, I knew
budget.
because I asked that question last year and I knew that was the answer. I just want to make sure it's still the same.
Yeah,
answer.
it's not. Nope.
So the values increase or decrease as far as points?
Last year, what did they
changed.
do?
They
They cut everybody in half.
well, they eliminated the textile point, which everybody was getting textiles, that was so easy. So they took that away and they added it into the CHARM, the Center for Hard to Manage Materials, possibilities. And they a couple other things. Some of the pay-as-you-throw things got tighter for the curbside dumps. That wouldn't have affected you. I'm going to bat for organics. So for RDP on organics, right now you can get 1 point for selling compost bins.
Which we do.
You can get another point for compost bins and one other thing. I can't remember what it is.
Waste buckets?
Pardon?
Was the waste buckets a point too or something? Or the waste buckets we sell.
You mean the compost?
Compost
No,
tabletop?
no, the
No.
kitchen, yeah, the
Kitchen.
kitchen
Oh, yeah, you don't get
Kitchen.
points for
I
that.
thought that was part, no?
No, but it's a nice to-do thing.
If you, especially if you want to get people used to taking food out of the waste, you start them off with that. Hopefully they'll get a compost bin, or eventually, if we can find something that's cost effective, we could have somebody that picks it up at the transfer station.
We're getting low on compost bins, and we're not gonna have any money to buy compost bins. More of them.
Yeah, well, you can use RDP funds for that too, but yeah.
Depends on what else is on that list.
I think I saw that your balance was 13,000 on that.
Yes, but I've used some of the money,
Okay,
and we're gonna need it for hazardous waste days.
okay. Well, you do have 3,000 for your hazardous waste days, and I can look up how much you spent for hazardous waste. I'll put that on my list too, so you have a sense of what to expect each of these.
Well, we had that ginormous hazardous waste day bill
Which,
that we
did
still
we
have
ever
to pay.
decide what we were
No,
gonna?
that's on the agenda,
Okay.
because they sent me an email saying, did you send in your payment for May and June? And I didn't respond yet, because I don't know what to tell them. From Trident,
Yeah,
the fertilizer
right,
drop off,
yes.
that's
Oh, that
like,
same
That she, yeah,
person who came through many times
Yes,
with fertilizer
yes.
waste drop off.
and that's why we
Yeah.
changed
It was
it.
a very
so
large
people
line item.
can't-
That was what precipitated our establishing a policy, which
Yeah.
I tried to do that last fall, and I got pushback from the board, but this time we're like, we have to do
yeah,
this.
because I think the invoice is $2,400, so.
But wasn't it like 1,200 was that one person?
1,500,
1,500 was one person.
yep. So hopefully it's not too late to go after that at this point.
I mentioned it a couple meetings ago, and I don't think anything happened.
So yeah, there's lots of things that can be done, but
Mm-hmm.
it's up to the board and the staff to
So
decide what to do.
I sent a text to Todd to ask him if we, he said yes. Let me tell you what the question was. I think do we still have a TA grant open? And he said yes. So
Excellent.
we can use
You
it.
can drive right in with him then,
Yep.
and I can provide any support. You know, he and I can work together on getting things going on that.
I thought the last time I talked to him, he said we did.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is an agenda item to the next meeting to
Mhm.
make sure Kevin's up.
Follow up on the,
Follow up on next steps, yep, so the
Yep.
TA, informing, the town administrator that we're looking into this,
we don't have to send them anything.
just as a courtesy.
No, yeah, I think just as a courtesy that
What they would-
the Board of Health is planning on sending out, bids for transfer station
That we have to look at everything.
collection.
Yeah.
I
We're working.
mean, yeah, I
Every,
think
all contracts.
that's kind of a common courtesy, in my opinion. I'm not a board member, so I'm just saying, I mean, it's not gonna hurt,
That we're looking into it.
yeah.
Yeah, Rockland did this a couple of years ago with Todd. They, looked at every single thing at the recycling center,
Yes,
and
and they found ways to save money.
Moving from a month-to-month contract to a negotiated contract makes financial sense.
What we had before was a negotiated contract.
Right.
It just fell by the wayside.
Right.
In terms of renewing it.
So,
This was very helpful, thank
one
you.
more, and back to the organics and the RDP point. So I'm gonna be talking to Kathy Mirza at DEP about making it possible to get multiple points for organics, and, because you could do a curbside. We did a bid for curbside, for preferred vendor, so it would be subscription based, for the residents. It would be, all the town would need to do would be to put something up on the website saying this is the preferred vendor that was awarded through competitive bidding process.
And then
Curbside food waste collection.
and they pay for it themselves.
And, you probably won't get a ton of people that are willing to pay for it, but, if you combine that with compost bin sales and, some school initiatives, transfer station collection, You know, you should be able to get a point for everything instead of just being limited to a couple of options, because food waste is a big, you know,
I've
it's almost
noticed a difference at
25%
home.
of our waste stream of disposed tonnage is food waste. So, you know, if you can get some of that out of the trash, that'll save the town money on disposal and provide residents with options.
Can I just
and,
ask?
and if we can get an extra RDP point, you know,
If that helps,
would
so
be
that gives
helpful.
us a little more money.
So if we spent, say, $2,000 on hazardous waste days in fiscal '25, I can use $2,000 of the RDP money towards the invoice for you. Is that accurate? So it would be a total of,
No, that might,
Like the
no, any hazardous waste cost, I'm 99% sure, can be paid for out of your,
yeah, I do
out of
that
the
anyways.
RDP, and the HHW administration fee, which we recently implemented instead of raising our dues, would fall under that also. I think it's $500.
You think it is?
So $3,500 can come out of RDP to pay for your invoice?
Yep.
Total, okay. Thank you.
You just have to itemize it that way on your spending report in February.
You hear that?
Yeah, write that down quick.
3,000 and then 5,000 are administrative fees.
500.
I
Would be nice if you gave us 5,000.
I have the 5,000 stuck in my head because I
But
know
it's
the
only-
invoice is 49.
I don't know.
500. I wrote 500 though.
And you should be getting more money coming in for RDP in the fall.
Yeah, good. That will be helpful.
I don't have that.
The
information.
increase, you mean the amount that we can get back for a point?
No. I possibly.
I think
What is
they
How many
increased.
households served are you at the transfer station? I can't remember.
We had 5 or so. I know we're into 10,000.
No, that's
that
the
up?
total. Like 2,000, 2,500.
Okay, so, yeah, so you're probably
What do you think the
$600.
range is? We do get, I know we get $600.
No, last time I think it was 300 though, right? Or
But they raised it. so
yeah,
you're
but they just
$600.
raised it. That's why we only got like $7,000, $8,000.
And we usually got 9.
Yeah, we usually yes,
So
right.
The context is it's recycling dividends program,
Mhm.
and towns get money from the state based on their ability to
From
implement and
DEP.
enable recycling options
Yeah.
for their residents.
Correct.
And they get that grant from the state yearly, and we can increase the level of that grant based on
What we do.
what we do to increase recycling and
Mhm.
encourage
Yep.
recycling. So when we're talking of points within the RDP,
Right.
it's a pointed program, we get additional
Right. So if you
dollars.
have like a swap shop, it's like a point.
Yep.
If you I don't know, if you take propane tanks, it's a point. They move stuff around, so I don't.
Sort of all the stuff that they're focusing on getting out of the trash,
Mhm.
if you have a means of removing it, they give you a point, which
Right.
is worth money based
So-
on the household.
So if you have 15 points and it's $600 a point,
That's
you get
what you'll
15 times 600 is sent to the
And the
town.
restriction of using the dollars from the RDP fund is within the scope of waste management in the town. You can spend it on anything
Right.
waste management related.
No.
There's a list. There's a
Can't spend it on
2-page list.
disposals. There are certain restrictions,
Okay.
but
But it
That's new to you. That whole
curbs
program's
our,
new.
it curbs our overall
It's
spend.
supplement.
So,
Yep.
what it is, Peter, the RDP is a grant application, which we work every week, great, and clear. And you fill out all these things that the transfer station does, and what we do as far as recycling and disposal and everything. So you get so many points for all these things that are in the grant application.
Yep.
And at the end, it totals out to so many points. I think we hit the maximum this year for points we could get. We hit the maximum.
maximum points is 20.
I thought we hit the maximum when we
But
did.
you,
Yeah.
but you were, Hanson.
We did.
Hanson
Hanson
gets
did.
a good, Hanson's way up there as far as getting points.
Yeah.
Our thing is our size of
Good program.
the amount of people that if we had more households that we served, a bigger town gets more money
Yeah.
per point.
Makes sense.
So, but we get,
So that's these
you
grants.
find it now?
No, I
I don't need to know the details, but
Yeah.
it-
There's a
we're
list.
able to
There's a
spend all of
2-page
our
list.
RDP dollars.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
So every penny we get from
Absolutely.
RDP is well spent.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
And you can spend that on recycling related equipment too.
And we send it on our stickers.
Yeah.
Or,
That's how I purchased the stickers.
What about improvements to the site?
Yes.
Yes.
like fixing railings.
Depending on what they are.
Yeah.
As long as it's not related to the disposal end, it
Yep.
has to be on the recycling.
Yeah, what was the thing that we did? We did something last year. But of course, I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't a shed.
Welding that railing down was one of the things we intended to do.
That wasn't.
Thank you for the context,
Yeah.
and it's
But-
it's recorded, so people listening will understand what RDP is
Yeah.
now.
All three of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably don't know what RDP is, but
No, but it supplements our budget
significantly supplements our budget.
significantly. I mean, we wouldn't be able to function without the
So
money.
we have tried every year to get every point that we possibly can and not miss any.
Great, makes sense to me.
And it also, it's
Thanks,
another way
Claire.
of reducing our costs
We
because,
work on it.
especially now with the food waste, at some point we have to focus on that. I noticed at home, when I started using a countertop disposal, it cut my waste, my trash in half.
Hmm.
I'm sure
Smells better too.
well, not even smells, but I think there's a raccoon though that's learned how to open the bottom of my compost. Because I go and it's up, and then the next time I go and it's
Oh,
off.
those raccoons, they are
They're
clever.
smart.
Yeah.
They are very smart. They get into my
But it's in the
compost.
back of the house and nobody sees it or smells it. So,
Yeah.
but I've noticed this significant difference. If we could start just the beginning of talking to people who are getting food, and it wouldn't smell like it did today when I went up there, which would be another benefit in the hot sun. But at some point, we need to start looking at really encouraging people to take the food out of the trash.
Yeah, and Kingston has a setup at their transfer station now. They're working with Black Earth Compost to collect food waste from residents.
And that was
in
another
carts.
thing.
I feel like Situate does as well.
Does Situate
Do
do
they?
it?
So something like that.
Really? Oh, wow. I was not aware that Situate did that. I'll have to check that.
Yeah.
Situate food waste.
That's such a person. So have we picked Claire's brain?
I'm informed. Very informed.
I could talk all night about that.
I just want to make sure that we got the basics, that we really do need to look at every single one of our contracts and what we need to do to get them down
Well,
lower.
and once it's done once,
It's not a big deal after that.
it's easier every subsequent time because you already have the groundwork.
All those artifacts.
Yeah.
Do we have our previous contract artifacts? And if we went with IFB as an approach to get bids?
No, because when we did bids, it was 2014, and we were setting up pay as you throw. So I think
So it's
Okay.
very
with
different.
2014, there was like a group of us that were meeting regularly to decide what's the best way to go, curbside or
Yep.
pay as you throw or
And so
at
a
the
lot of that
transfer
we
station.
wouldn't need in this contract. It's all set up.
Right.
There's a lot of ground to cover. Okay.
Thank you, Claire, for
So
coming
probably
down.
we will need information from you guys to be able to do a good job on this data. In fact, I sent a request out. Did I send it to you guys? I didn't send it to everybody for some cost data on just the paint mattresses.
No, I don't think you sent. You didn't send it
I
to
might have
me.
left you alone because I knew. I think I
She
sent it
was
to about
trying-
half of the
We're
town.
trying to get coins.
So I can
Collecting
send
boxes.
that to you too, that would be helpful. The more boxes I have filled in on my giant spreadsheet, like this, my spreadsheet is like 600 rows.
Oh, geez.
There's a lot of information there, and it's not all current, because it's impossible to keep current on everything
No,
with every town. So I'll
Yeah,
send that
send me
out.
the email and I can
Okay.
send it out to you.
Data.
Thank you for your help, Claire, as always.
I'm happy to help
Thank you.
if asked. Yep. So it's
Just a phone call away,
It's my
right,
reason to
Claire?
Yeah.
Phone call away.
Okay.
Good luck with the drive home. Hopefully it's not as hard as it was getting in.
It probably is going to be better by now. I don't know.
Well, once I hit the split.
Yeah.
Once you hit the
Dunkin'
split,
Donuts right across the street from us if you need coffee on your way.
Yeah, I'm good.
oh, something for the ride home.
Yeah.
I've had a quarter coffee today.
Ah.
So you all done with me?
We are.
Yeah, thank you
So
very
you
much.
can start that trek back.
No, fantastic. Oh, yeah, just a reminder, I sent out, the hazardous waste service agreement and blanket authorization form last week, so, trying
Did you
to
get it?
gather those all up.
Did I send it to you?
I know I saw an email about
Did
it.
you see it?
Yeah, I received it.
Actually, you know what? I put it on the agenda, blanket authorization / hazardous waste day, to decide
Oh.
if you guys want to do a blanket authorization, just because of the rigmarole with the $1,500 bill, or if them setting the limits will help, because I know nobody likes the blanket authorization. I being
No,
one
or
of
the
them.
individual
Everybody,
authorization.
nobody likes the individual.
We hate the individual authorization.
No, I don't like them either, because they have to come in here, fill out
They
the
have to get
form,
it.
photocopy, where's your like it's.
Well, what are we doing to prevent that $1,500 charge in the future?
We changed the policy.
So is
And
it-
people can
The
only
social
bring
recycling changed their policy.
Okay,
to what we
So
will
my
accept.
staff will say no if anyone brings more than 50
The allowed
pounds
amount.
or 100 pounds.
Okay.
So,
great, thank you.
That didn't exist.
Yeah.
Before.
And now, well, that's helpful.
Yeah.
and we don't need it very often, but it's when somebody brings in huge quantities, it ruins it for everybody else.
And what did, I know you said Sarah had a long conversation with him.
Yeah, she really pushed back, but she didn't have any teeth to say no. And, you know, she should have called me, and she didn't. Because I would have just said no, policy or not, that's, you know.
No, that's
Off the
excessive.
wall, but she made the executive decision not to call and tried to deal with it herself, and, you know, it didn't work.
Yeah. It emptied out our account.
It did,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, live and learn.
So is the question whether or not we are gonna continue using the blanket authorization, or is it something we're signing to send back to you?
So
Or
every
you'll-
year,
I need a signed.
every year she asks, do you want to use the blanket authorization? Because we used
Always.
to do always.
Way back we did, it was a pain. The single.
Yes, because so with a
individual.
blanket authorization, Peter, anybody that wants to go to one of the hazardous waste days, be it the spring or the fall, has to come to the Board of Health, fill out the form. I
For
make a
individual authorization.
Individual authorization,
Yes.
yes.
I photocopy the form and their license,
This
and
is
then
a
I
lot of work.
save it.
Yeah, right.
On top of
And
all
the
the other stuff that we're
Blanket
trying to do.
authorization allows them to
Everybody.
show up on site, show proof of address only.
Yeah,
Their
we're very
license.
sticklers
License.
About
The license.
proof of residency.
Yeah.
Right. And the only risk that we had with that we experienced with that, was this recent event.
That's the only time
$1,500.
we've ever run into
And
an
that's
issue.
been
How many years have we been doing this?
27.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that, longer than, yeah.
For 27 years?
Actually, Hanson joined, probably not fully 27, at least 20.
20, I got to say, yeah, it's been quite a while.
So, I
The
mean,
pro- the only
the
problem
added work
experience
of an
is-
individual authorization
Yes.
is kinda
Yep.
not what I
It's-
want.
it's-
But I put it on the agenda for you guys to discuss, because it's
I think
ultimately
we
up
should
to
stay
you.
with the blanket. Because now
Yeah, and
people
everybody
have a
there
limited
needs it
amount
too.
they can bring.
Yeah.
Anything over that, they have to pay for.
Yeah, we're trying to phase out the individual too. We're down to 2 towns.
And that
One
will
of them
be,
has signed the blanket, so, and I think the other one will too. So we don't,
when people
it's hard
sign
for
up,
my staff on site too to deal with it, especially if people didn't bring it.
when people sign up, they'll know that they're gonna be limited to a certain amount, and
Oh,
anything
yeah, we
over
blast
that.
it in the registration form, in the confirmation email. I send a reminder email. So as long as they've registered,
Yeah, they
there's
register
no way they don't
online.
know.
They're informed through
Yeah, right,
through this
right.
new protocol. Great. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
And we do restrict the amount of times they can register to once, based
Once
on
a
email
season.
addresses.
So
You
you
can't
can't go
register
every
twice.
3 weeks when they have one. So that will help us in terms of costs. Because somebody could go to all of them.
Yeah, but you can't.
That person
But
got
now
away
they
with it
can't.
this year.
Well, they only went to one and just kept going around.
Yeah.
I still don't
It was
understand
a real
why.
outlier, and
They're
it's the most
moving.
anyone has ever brought in
They
their
haven't
27
moved yet,
years,
though.
too.
No, but they're moving.
Oh, I know they're moving. We knew that. Back then they were moving.
Yeah, that's
He
why
told
them
they're
they're
clearing out, their,
How much fertilizer?
I don't know.
There should have been a better way for them to deal with it. I mean, if anyone had contacted me, I would have given them other options for, finding a good home
Bulk
for it.
disposal.
Yes. No, they could have done buy nothing, sell nothing. People could have
Yep.
backed up and taken all the fertilizer they wanted for free. That would have been a very easy way for him to get rid of it.
Yeah, so,
And it's not going into the waste. You're using it.
it was just
I wonder if it was
very
actually fertilizer.
unfortunate event.
I wonder if it was actually fertilizer.
He does some kind of mold, a mold.
I'm wondering if it's
making
like a,
some kind of mold for something.
he's a mold maker.
Oh, so he was commercial then, really?
Yes.
He was,
At home
suspicious.
mold maker, so.
Yeah.
What kind of molds does he make?
I'm assuming, fiberglass, well, not fiberglass, epoxy molds or something like that.
Yeah, that's,
So I'm wondering what it might have been too, so.
yeah, well, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
But that's just second
If
guessing.
that's the case, nobody would have been able to take it,
Yeah,
but
so
that should have been
That's just second guessing.
a commercial, which would have had to
He
be
would have paid anyway,
on the site.
but people are sneaky.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Claire.
right, well,
Thank you, Claire. Safe travels
thank
home.
you for having me, and you know where to find me if you have any more questions.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Enjoy the rest of your
Bye.
summer.
Thanks.
And I'll email you. You'll email me what you're
I wrote
looking
down.
for, and
Yeah.
I'll email you
And
tomorrow.
the answers to questions.
Yes, yes. Okay. Perfect.
Lovely. All right.
Thank you.
Bye, Gil.
Bye.
Thank you, take
Nice
care.
to meet you.
Bye. The waste oil tank. Nothing happened with that?
No, I
You
have.
got a proposal here from.
Oh, but
Clean
wait,
Harbors,
there's more.
I thought we were trying to get that done by the 30th. Is it one of
Waste oil
each?
tank, is there a summary on this issue? What's the waste oil?
Oh, you know what? We probably discussed it anyway.
This is the proposal from Clean Harbors.
Yeah.
To straighten out the mess that occurred there. The sample was retested again. And this basically explains everything, what took place and what has to be remediated and stuff, so. Quite expensive to remediate because the material made it to the bottom of the tank where the sediment is. So it's in the bottom of the tank also, so the tank has to be cleaned. So it's all explained. with
So
the
was
Clean Harbors.
unexpected product added to the waste oil
Yeah.
tank?
No, I think he wasn't here when we talked about
you
it.
weren't here.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
The company that comes to empty that tank with oil found a contaminant. So when we talked about it, we didn't know if it was because it was a new company and their test was more stringent, or was there actually some kind of contaminant? But whatever it was, there was a contaminant, which now means it's hazardous waste.
Right.
And this is how we,
This is how it has to be remediated.
yes.
So who monitors the disposal to make sure that hazardous waste is not being added to the oil?
I
That's,
don't think
that's
anybody-
part of a problem we have in discussing this with, Clean Harbors. So it's a do-it-yourself, in which we shouldn't be doing that. And that's apparently how this possibly took place.
Kevin said that there was some kind of material that it probably wasn't intentional, but say it was brake cleaner, got in with the
Brake
oil
fluid or antifreeze or something.
and went in.
Yep,
And
yep.
that, so he thought that's what probably happened.
Absolutely, that's what happened, yeah. But there's no way to monitor what people are putting in there.
No. So it's shut down pretty much until the tank gets cleaned and whatnot, but it's a dual shelf operation, the tank's unlocked, so it's gotta be changed. If we
But
go
it's only
back
once a
and-
month, right?
Yeah, once a month. So whatever we decide in the end here, once the tank is cleaned and everything, do we go back to doing it? I mean, we do collect hazardous waste.
That's my
we
next
do get-
question, yeah.
Right.
What are the points that we get from this from
Oh, God, I can't answer
RDP?
that right now.
Do we get points from this?
I believe
From the oil?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but it would probably be one, and the cost, I mean, just the clean out cost is $6,100. I don't know where we're gonna
But the
get that.
cleanup cost is not even that's not our regular cost.
Well, we've never
Right,
had to
yeah.
clean it out, but if this happens again,
Right. If
That's
it
the
doesn't,
risk.
that's another test.
that's the risk, and
Yep.
where's that money gonna come from?
This is
This is
something
an
that's,
instance where one resident screwed it up for all residents.
yes. So that's the
Yeah.
proposal from Clean Harbors. I mean, they'd like to do it as soon as possible. And
Well, we were trying to do this before the end of last month, so we.
We didn't even get the quote in time, I
Yeah.
don't think.
I thought we were
it's
gonna
dated June
pay from
26th,
last
but-
year's money.
Well, so, I can,
Admittedly.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm holding the invoice for, the hazardous waste day. I'm gonna encumber that. I can encumber this too. And I talked to Eric about taking a line item that was not used from the fiscal 25 budget, to pay for this and outstanding invoices that we have for, let me see, I want to make sure I have it all right in my head. So when I did the invoices, the last invoices for the last meeting, we were over by like $8,000. No, you know what? It didn't include this. It was the other bill. It didn't include that.
No.
So I did the invoices and then I did the hazardous waste day invoice. I have $18,000 to move from one item to the next. So I don't think it'll be able to cover enough for this, but maybe we can use some of it. I don't know.
Right. We were hoping to use money from last fiscal year.
And it's not happening.
Well, no, she said she
Well,
could encumber it.
Yeah.
No, I encumbered, some of the invoices and I encumbered the, money for the hazardous waste day, that invoice, which was like $2,400. So, hold on, let me see how much money, hang on.
Which probably normally is 600 or 700.
And that guy,
Blew it right out of him.
gosh. It's a shame when things like this happen. Residents don't understand what
He
position
knew what
it
he was
puts us
doing
in.
though.
Well, that person and the person who added non-oil waste. to
I
this
don't know,
thing.
again, I don't know if that person just was being lazy and didn't care and,
So,
But those types
Those
of
people-
incidents are costing us now $7,600.
and Kevin was saying, and how do we know that with the new company that's doing new testing, it's not gonna test again? And we're gonna have to clean it out again.
Right.
At this point, you should just close
It's
it.
not actually a new company. It's one of Clean Harbors company. Clean Harbors bought everybody on the East Coast, all West Oil. So Western Oil and all them companies are now Clean Harbors companies. But the laboratory is the same place.
Right.
That's the thing.
But in all the years we've had that, we've never,
It's an
Not
unfortunate
fast.
incident. You know, it's an unfortunate incident. And, you know, and the Clean Harbors guy that's doing that.
so,
Gil, how important a service is this to the residents? Is it well used?
It's well used. There are people complaining about it. There's people that depended on it for years and years.
Yep.
But, I mean, unless they get better control, Chris was telling me the other day there is a test kit that we can get to test everything before it goes in. But we have to research that because this is a big hit. It's unfortunate, but it shouldn't be do it yourself anymore. I mean, it should be attended when people bring the oil to it. So
Can Chris and staff handle that? Additional, like, is
it's
it like
not. It's kind of.
a
It's only
litmus-
one day a month.
a litmus
It's only
test
one day a
kind of
month. So I
One day a
think we could.
on the first Saturday.
You know, we'd have to talk about that. It's
Yeah.
one day a month, and it's a service. You know, it's better to see it in there than in the woods.
So if we limited it to one day a month, could then we also limit the time? Instead of being all day, would we limit it to, say, people come between 9 and 12, or,
yeah.
I think they open at 8:30. So then the staff know they're gonna be busy then. Because sometimes around that time it can get busy, just before lunch. People are sliding in before they walk the gate.
So the impact to residents is anybody doing an at-home oil change, holding that oil to dump it at
Well,
the end of the year
right.
kind of thing. It's a use case, just thinking about
Yes.
it.
yeah, but you can, if you purchase oil from O'Reilly's,
You
Auto
take it
Parts,
back
you
there.
can bring it back to O'Reilly's
Okay.
at no fee.
It has to go back in the same container.
So there's an alternative to
Right.
this as well.
Educating people first, or educating people and saying, we're not gonna be able to reopen this.
Did you know
This is what
that?
you can do, right.
So if we choose to eliminate the service, we can provide information or literature saying, here's what you can do.
Right.
Right. So,
What were you laughing about?
because I was looking at all the numbers. So the object over is, a lot.
That's why she's laughing.
It's not all number.
No,
It's not a good number.
no.
I know you've talked to
Is it
Eric,
20?
we can carry it
Above
over to
20?
the budget.
Plus
She's gonna love that.
3296
Talk to her what she said.
4386.
See how close
Yeah, we have like $2,000. We're not going to have enough to.
How much should I? I got a lot of bottles and cans.
Not enough bottles and cans. Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, yeah. So Eric said that we can put this through this year and ask
Next
for
July.
ask for forgiveness at the end of the fiscal year.
right, when you say we had to do it, it was beyond our control. That's all we can do. We can
Yeah,
ask
because
in
you can-
October? Next May?
It would be next May.
Yeah, they're not gonna give us any money.
Yeah.
in October.
I probably don't have any to give.
We're recording, so.
Well,
So,
this summer.
yeah, so I mean, we could do that because again, like was discussed at the last meeting, if this starts to leak,
We've
that's
had
an
it
even
for-
bigger issue.
It would never leak. It's an interior tank contained inside a tank.
Never say never.
Well, it's
But it
pretty
would,
much guaranteed.
will be dead and buried by the time it leaks. Because that's how long it was built to last.
Yeah.
2 lifetimes, so. I believe him when he says it's a tank inside a tank.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't
So-
believe them.
What are the options? Discontinue the service because we have a contamination. Inform residents that here's your option.
Well, the main thing is, yeah, discontinue the service, get the thing clean, get it cleaned properly and everything,
Yeah.
and then come up with a program, if we're gonna continue with it, if we, it's gotta be one, it's gotta have an attendant there to check it. Now, I'm gonna check into it, there is some sort of a kit that we
He
can
said there's
get
no kit to test.
to
How much
test it
does a
for you.
kit cost?
Right,
No
right.
idea, I haven't got that yet.
Are we better off just telling people, go where it's free? You've
Yeah.
already paid for the cost of disposal when you purchase the object.
Some people haven't saved all those bottles, or that's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up for discussion, we should
Yeah.
just, keep discussing this the next few meetings here, because.
How much does it cost usually when they just empty it?
Not that much.
It's only twice a year, right?
Yeah, $400 or $500? A little bit more, 3 times a year.
Yeah, not too much.
No, I think it's only twice. We talked about before, it was like twice a year.
Yeah, I couldn't say how many times a year,
I know.
because it's nothing I really pay attention to. But it's not like a ton of money.
I think suspending the service will put the pinch on people who did this. If somebody put a contaminant in there, they're going to be aware.
Well, it's suspended right now because you
Right.
can't put anything more in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hopefully they're aware.
So they emptied it, or they
No,
haven't
they
emptied
haven't done anything
Haven't done
because
anything yet.
So
With
this is you
contract.
guys
have
empty and then clean.
you guys have to approve this.
All right. So we have to approve it. Or it just sits.
Well, we can take progressive action too. We could, suspend the service now and then.
We did. We
Well, it is
suspended it
suspended.
last
It's
month.
been
Yeah.
suspended, yes.
It's been suspended.
Because it's almost full, the container's almost full, so you can't add anything else.
I have concerns about spending money we don't have, and if the oil is contained and not a risk, like, are we going to have the money in the future, or is this money that we have to?
Well, the
Add
town
to that
accountant
and
says we
ask
can
for.
use the money in this fiscal year, what we're short, we can use it in this fiscal year. And then come May town meeting, we'll have to be appropriated.
So we could either, it sounds like there are 2 options. We either put it all on this year or take the money he said that we could use from the 25
No,
and then
No.
one or the other, no?
you can't use the money from 25 because I have it allocated for, I was hoping that we could use it a little bit for this, but there's not going to be enough.
There's not enough, okay. So
No,
it all
because-
has to be this
Because
year.
of the fertilizer guy.
Right.
So the decision that we're making is that we're going to incur this
This year.
expense in fiscal year 26.
Yes.
Do we have it in budget to support this in fiscal year 26?
Well, we have all the money, right, so
Right now,
we pay the $6,100 now. At the end of the fiscal year,
we'll be short.
we're gonna be short money.
But
Chances
we have
are,
it now.
but again, if we go out to bid and our prices go down,
We might be saving money.
right, so,
We want to be saving money.
yeah, you don't know.
And we have to empty it, we have to clean it.
See, it has to happen at some point. We can't kick it down the road.
We kick it down the road, Halifax is a mile and a half away, you can't kick the can to Halifax and back.
Right.
Yeah, nope.
Right.
Nope.
We should entertain a motion to pay it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't look at the total number. See all this stuff.
$6,000.
$126.57.
Okay, so I'm going to make a motion that we hire Clean Harbors to do our pickup of oil and cleaning of the tank at the Hanson transfer station for the total of $6,126.57.
I second the motion. All in favor?
Do you want the tank to remain closed?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saying yes, but yeah.
Well,
I'm thinking we do.
Still better-
Until
better-
we figure out what we can
Till
do.
better measures are taking place to ensure
Yeah.
no further contamination.
Should we make a motion to suspend service, this
We
service?
did it last
Or are
month.
we just saying?
Yeah.
We
Okay,
closed
we're
it
gonna
last
continue
month,
this
and it's just gonna stay
Yeah,
closed.
I'm just gonna put the tank will remain closed, for
Remain
closed.
foreseeable
Got it.
for future.
Because he's gonna have to come back next month with testing.
Yep.
What the cost is, look into a couple of other things, so we really can't.
Yep.
You don't want it, anybody.
And it's only the first of the month that
Yeah.
people can come and do it anyways.
The disposal rate for this was about $600 a year anyway.
Less than she thought.
Right around, I'm
That
not
was like
sure,
four?
right around there, I don't know.
can
So
look it up.
6,100 becomes 5,500 because we won't be incurring that additional cost.
Or any cost.
Yeah.
Or any cost. I'm tempted to say one wrecked it for all, but that's
Yeah,
what I'm feeling.
I kinda like, that's when Kevin were at last month, just close it. Because you can't run the risk of us having to do a hazardous waste cleanup again.
We can't do this
We can't afford
We can't
to.
afford this.
Can't afford to.
I'm looking up the invoice just to see, cause I'm not.
I'd like to find out who has that particular chemical in the town of Hanson, because it's a
It's
clean.
chlorine was what's identified in the report.
Yeah, it's petroethylene, petroethylene chlorine. So it's an industrial type cleaner,
Is
very
it?
strong cleaner,
It's
yeah.
here.
A very strong cleaner.
It's like $1,000 a year.
Okay, so
Yeah,
there's some savings there.
So, is that the same kind of chlorine that you use for your pool?
no.
No?
It's a petrochemical, that's the problem. It's got some kind of chlorine added, some kind of petrochlorine added, I don't know. But it's nasty stuff.
Yeah, it was $1,042.50. It's two invoices. One's for $442 and the other's for $604.50.
So, okay, so that's
So-
$1,000 a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
So
may
that-
not be spending.
That we may not be spending. Yep.
Yep. Because we're now spending 6 years worth.
Yeah. Let's spend it
We'll
for 6
reopen
years.
in 6 years.
Recoup it.
Right, but it eventually would have had to been cleaned out anyways.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
suppose.
No.
No, yeah,
How
you're
many
right.
years has that tank been there and it's never
That's
had
the
a
thing,
contaminant?
they're gonna take the sediment out. So that's a.
It'll be like
That-
totally brand new,
It
like
is a
nice and
plus,
clean and
but-
shiny.
Yeah,
How many years has it been here and we've never had a
Never.
contaminant show
Never.
up?
Well, that's just like we've never had anybody drop all that stuff off and
No, she said they had one person in Pembroke, but I don't remember how many years ago.
I mean, to be suspicious, is there a relationship between that event and this event if somebody's
No.
closing?
No, I don't think
you
so.
never know because you don't know who did it.
But I would
You know who
wonder.
did this one, but
We
you don't
know who did
the other
that. Yeah, I wonder about the was that commercial? Like,
I'm wondering, I don't know. I mean, I don't think,
I would
they are selling
propose
out.
to-
Moving to Maine.
move item number 5 to the next meeting.
one. What's number 5?
Yes, department head review. Because we're
Okay.
not.
Tabled.
Table
Yeah.
that.
Tabled
In unfinished business,
until.
we have 2 items, which is the transfer station and pig permits for 92 South Street.
So Kevin kept kicking the big permit. He wanted you to be here, and now you're here and he's not. So do you need the
Wait,
story?
hold on one second.
Yes.
So
ma'am.
because there's the hazardous waste day thing too, but you guys already decided on that,
Yes.
that no authorization.
No. And do you need me to
Blanket
look?
authorization, yeah.
You want me to look for the blanket authorization email?
No,
You have
Do you want that made as a motion, Teresa?
I always like a motion.
Yeah, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move that we do a blanket authorization for the hazardous waste days
Moving forward,
moving forward
forever and ever.
forever.
So help me God. No.
You can't help me.
I'll second the motion for the blanket authorization for the current term of the contract.
Minus all the rest.
Yeah, minus all the rest.
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
She just doesn't want to have to do it every year.
Right.
No,
so-
and I'm glad that Claire mentioned that there's a limit now to prevent what happened from happening again.
Because what happened, we
Yeah.
talked about it. At our next meeting, we said she did not feel like she could say no to the guy because there was no policy.
You can now, yeah.
But now she can.
Yep.
But it's too bad because, like, if she had called Claire would have said, "Oh no,"
Right.
and that would have been the end of that. But it still bothers me that somebody did that intentionally, knowing that they were doing it, and didn't care what the cost was going to be to the town.
Wish we had a communication method for residents that take advantage of these programs so they could know, here's what happened, we've addressed it. contaminated oil tank, like these are consequences of residents' actions.
But, and they don't know what, in terms of, like, they don't know what costs we incurred. They don't know that
Well,
it's gonna cost us $6,000 to
and if
clean
we don't
that tank.
educate them, exactly, they're
not
gonna
gonna know.
do it again. So how do we can talk about this in another time.
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
we tell people about these types of events?
The things that they should be doing
That's
and how to
impacting
keep it,
Wallet.
Yeah, and the
Our
service levels,
wallet.
yeah.
Yeah.
because it now means that we can't offer service that we've offered for the past 10 or 15 years because somebody contaminated it.
We have such a small budget. $6,000 is a huge amount of money.
It is.
Like, that's a huge
It's a percentage of our
amount.
budget.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's 6,000 here, it's 2,500
15.
here.
Well, she said what he dropped off was 15.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So,
All right, so,
Especially that we don't have,
right,
not in the budget. So, next.
These plans in here.
transfer station
No.
and, pig permit, do we wanna table pig permit until Kevin's back?
well, I have,
She's got news?
well, not really, but.
I know that pigs require a special permit, it's a lot of, it's a.
So, yeah, so through the
significant-
Board of Health, they require
Yeah.
a permit. The zoning enforcement officer said it's not allowed in that zone.
Is it a
Residents.
pet, is it a pet or is it a,
Well, she
Is it
runs a
farming?
farm, and she runs a farm, and they're all pets, kind of.
But it's in a residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, her farm is in a residential neighborhood. So, I asked zoning what their thoughts, because I told them what happened at our previous meeting, and she said that there is no,
Bylaw.
there's no, way that they would put it through their agenda. She's like, just, like.
They don't care. They don't want to get involved, is what you're saying, basically. Because it's not, they don't have any rules
Because
about it.
what's the public health risk with having a pig? I'm sorry, I don't know.
What is, she's a clean farm.
Yep.
It's not for slaughter.
Yep.
It's for, probably breeding special pigs. I mean, she breeds goats, sends them all over the country.
Yep.
And she's educating, she's now starting a zoo, petting zoo. She was at Camp Corny this past weekend, she had all the goats up there, so it's kind of a petting zoo.
There's no immediate health
Yeah,
risk
she
associated with
she
it.
has summer camps
She has
for
summer
kids
camp,
too.
educational.
Yep.
A lot of
She has
educational
goat
stuff
yoga.
she has, yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
But, so there's no immediate public health risk, because I get
No.
No, but
Good enough, yeah.
I can't imagine she's going to be breeding pigs.
I don't know what she's gonna do. I mean, she's got them there, I mean,
I thought they were pets.
they might be pets, you know, I mean,
Say.
she's very
We
ambitious
never
farm.
asked.
I can't imagine, because the property, I remember the property growing up as a kid. The house was half the size it is now.
Yeah.
I don't know how far back her land goes, but she's got a huge building that's back there for the horses. And then she's got every other animal known to man. The goats, she uses the goat milk. She makes soaps. She makes lotions.
Yeah.
She does all kinds of stuff.
She does a lot in the community.
Every breed of
She
goat
does.
there is, you know, so.
Yeah.
I say the pigs are all right
Yeah.
there myself, because if you cross over a certain part of her property, you're in agricultural.
Right.
And that's
That was, I'm like, why isn't she agricultural?
Because
It's
of where
zoned.
she's zoned.
More
Part of it, like the line
lots.
cuts through her property,
Yep.
so.
So she has to keep the pigs in the corner?
There you go. She keeps the pigs in the corner.
If she keeps them in the agricultural
Well-
section of her yard,
If you remember years
knows?
ago, if you remember,
Just a little corner, yeah. Nobody knows.
if you remember years ago at that house, there was a right of way. All the cranberry trucks used to go down that road.
down that side road.
The bog.
And right
And that
behind,
whole
back
area.
behind the house next door was strawberries.
Yeah.
Somebody had a huge strawberry patch.
So I mean, it's been an agriculture area since I was a kid.
Okay, so there's no public health risk
No,
associated
I
with
think,
it.
I think Virginia
No,
kind of was leaning
It's-
towards, part of it's agriculture,
There's
so
an
they're over
agricultural
in that
element to that
corner.
property.
See, I don't know, but I'm thinking if she houses them in the portion of her land that's agricultural, then it's not a big deal.
That's it, huh?
Hope so.
I'm sorry.
So do we need to vote on this?
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
On a pig permit, yeah.
I will make a motion that we allow 92 South Street to have their pig permit.
A second.
Oops.
In
Sorry,
favor.
you-
Aye.
So that's generally all three of us would sign it.
Yeah, but I'll send it out with just two.
So if you ever stop at her stand there, I mean, she's very, very initiative, very educational type person. You know, she's got the kids there, the camp. She does a regular camp. She runs a good operation. You know, so.
Yeah, you've visited the facility. There's an agricultural element to the
Oh,
property.
oh, yeah.
There's
down
no
the
more than
street,
2
yeah.
pigs. It's
Nope.
Right.
and it's
She
not
knows
causing
that.
a current health risk.
No. Because she's had them, I think, and then found out she needed a permit.
And the pigs are safe. The animals themselves are.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's-
Yeah, she
every-
takes
everything's
really good
perfect.
care of them.
Yeah, every animal in her farm there is perfect.
Really good care of them.
Transfer station was also on unfinished. Did we already discuss?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We've had enough of that for today.
Well, I always leave it on there because you never know what
You
will
never
pop
know.
up.
And, there's
And the one
nothing-
time I take it off will be the one time something will pop up and.
We don't have a chairman's update today, so I think we're on to the agent's report.
So we'll go fast through the agent's report. Some reports end up being incidents that turn into bigger things. And one of the things I want to put back on the agenda now is Camp Kewanee, and this is that happened at Camp Kewanee. And this is it happened this past weekend. And I've asked to this be taken to another level. I've talked to the selectmen. I want this to go to another level. It's got to be addressed by the Recreation Commission, Board of Health, and Town Administrator, Selectmen.
So can you tell us what happened?
So I'm gonna get to that. So this is enough. I mean, Teresa gets blamed for a lot of stuff, and it became clear that it's what's going on up there. We had an incident this past weekend. We got a call from the Rockland Board of Health on food trucks that are permitted in the town of Hanson. So
Permitted or not permitted?
Not permitted.
The question was, are these people permitted in Hanson?
Oh,
So
okay.
of course I sent it to Teresa. Teresa goes, no, it's permitted. So we went in, Rockland Board of Health. Immediately after that, Teresa took charge. She called the woman at the Rockland Board of Health and got the scoop. And this is 2 days for an event that was going to take place there. And the event was going to be approximately this group, whose members was 300, potential amount of people there.
320 athletes,
Okay.
potential of 320 athletes.
And at least 200 registered. And so this was never brought on Teresa's calendar that she monitored.
What did it say on the calendar for the event?
It said on the calendar that it was a family fun day, or a fun day.
Fun day, okay.
Fun day.
And it didn't mention the food trucks?
No.
And did it say who was the person who organized it?
It always has an email address, but I don't pay attention to that because I only deal with food trucks and caterers. I don't
Okay.
ever
you
reach
didn't
out
get
to the rented
anything.
ever.
No, you didn't get anything telling
There
you
was
to get a
something
certain
on
food.
there was something on the calendar that there was an event on the 12th, and it was a family fun day. Is what
I remember you and
Why
I
did
talking
Rockland
about it.
call?
Hmm?
Why did the Rockland Board
So
of Health
it-
call?
Because they could not contact the recreation.
So
Camp
there's a
Kewanee.
person that works for the town of Rockland that was involved with this group that had rented
Her
Kewanee.
daughter.
I don't know who it was. I know that was somebody that works for the town of Rockland reached out because they had been trying to contact Kewanee for over 3 weeks to get information. Is it all set? Is it this, that? And they couldn't reach anybody. This is what we were told. So Rockland contacted us. The woman that works in Rockland, someplace in the town hall, went to the Rockland health agent to say, can you reach out to the Hanson Board of Health and find out what the situation is?
Because of the unresponsiveness of the people at Kewanee.
Correct. That is my understanding, yes.
That's what was shared.
Yes.
Thank you for the information.
So I responded back to them. It was via email that no, I don't know these food trucks. They're not permitted in Hanson. And I just left it at that. And then I got a call from somebody. I don't think it's the person that works at the town hall, but I didn't ask them.
Somebody related to the event.
Somebody affiliated with this group and said, we've been trying to reach out for 3 weeks and no, we can't get any information. And I was like, well, what's the event? I didn't really know. And, how many attendees? And she said, well, we're expecting at least 200, but we have 320 athletes. And I was like, what? So I said, do you know who the caterers are? She gave me the names of the caterers. I tracked down who they were. In between that happening, those caterers were added to the Kiwanee calendar by Kiwanee.
And then those caterers have to have,
Right, there's catering permits that they have to pull, there's paperwork that they have to submit to make sure that they have all of
that
the
all
proper
became
things.
very urgent now.
The truck has to be inspected by the Board of Health,
Yep.
has to be inspected by the fire department. There's a lot that goes into it. It's not just you have a food truck and you just go up there. It ended up all working out. We were able to get 2 of the 3 food trucks permitted. The third one could not be permitted because he could not provide everything that he needed. I will say that the caterers jumped through hoops to get me everything that I needed in 48 hours. They did call downstairs and file a complaint with the town administrator's office because the town administrator's office came up and asked me what the situation was, and I explained it to them. And then I said to Gil, are these people going to have access to the cove? Because are there going to be enough lifeguards? These are kids. And so I contacted the renter, which again, I don't do normally because I don't deal with the renters. I only deal with the food portion of it, and asked if they were going to have access, if they were granted access to the cove. And she said, yes, for $10 per person, the kids could swim. And I said to Gil, like, are they going to have enough lifeguards for that? Because we're aware of it, and I don't want on our conscience that something's going to happen. So I went downstairs and told the town administrator, this is the situation. This is the potential number of children that could be showing up. You're aware.
Yeah.
And left it at that.
We got contacted the fire department, they were unaware of it, and some events that big, usually
That's a big event.
usually they get contacted. So Teresa, Charlie came over, Teresa updated on what was going on and everything, what took place in the time span. Teresa's got it all documented, the time span, when it was actually put on the calendar, and like this was like 48 hours before the event. I did go there Saturday, the food trucks and stuff. There was one guy, just the event happened without any incident. There was approximately maybe 100 people in the lodge and stuff, and nobody actually utilized the cove. But when I spoke to Margaret Cameron Hickey, the beach director, she was told the day before there was potential of a big party going on there, and possibly 100 people could be at the cove, which I don't think that took place because when I was there Saturday, it was probably 30, 40, 50 citizens of Hanson there at the cove swimming. So this turned into a big calamity. Like I explained to Soften that this is not going to stop here. What if something happened? Granted, everything went without incident, but what if something did happen?
Have they
This is
proved their
serious.
prevention before?
I don't know. Because I don't normally pay attention to who the group is. I just need to know, is there a caterer or not a caterer?
Right.
And the information should be provided. It says on the
I'll have to look
application
at the
45
schedule.
days prior to the event.
Right.
I understand that people book at the last minute. I looked back, they booked the beginning of June. And we found out about it was last Tuesday or Wednesday.
Who staffs Kiwanee?
What do you mean?
Who are the,
There's 2 people.
and who oversees
Dory?
The Recreation Commission.
the recreation?
Right, but they're
Or
down to like
they
one
call it the
person?
Kiwanee Commission now. I don't know how many
Have they
people are
been
on it.
So what happened there?
That
I was
whole-
asked to hold.
There used to be several people. It's a 5-person board, I believe. I used to be on the commission. I think it's 5 people. All but one, I think, resigned over a few months. I know they have added a couple more people. I don't know that they have enough for a quorum yet because I don't pay
I
attention.
know they were adding 1 or 2, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was asked to
There
hold
hasn't
back
been.
on this until there's another person getting on the commission.
Yeah, so they must not have
So
enough
that's,
for
I
a
was trying to
quorum.
hold back on this, but I'm not going to let up on this. I mean, if Teresa didn't pull this together, if something happened, nobody would have known if the food trucks have certificates of insurance, which she found out. One guy didn't have insurance, and she told him not to come. But she pulled it together, and she does it every time on that calendar, and it's got to stop.
It's the same
So,
thing that I've brought to you guys. Only
it's,
this time it was on a
it's gotta
much
go.
larger scale.
But it's going to have to go to a different level as far as town administration.
I don't want to be held responsible for something I have no control over. I mean, I can get it done a lot of the times, but there are times that I can't. And if I can't, I can't. And
It's not on you.
right.
No, well, then they just wouldn't be able to have the food trucks.
Well, it's not just food trucks. Sometimes it's just caterers.
But she pulled it together, and I expected the food truck Saturday. But she pulled it together, before I can't go on. Otherwise, it'd be, you
Who
know.
oversees the Recreation Commission?
Select board.
Yeah, they're appointed, right?
Yeah.
They're appointed.
Yeah. If they've been trying to get people to get on the commission.
Are members of the select board aware?
Oh.
Yes,
Of this incident?
yes. The chair of the select board and the town administrator is totally aware of it and filled in.
So Teresa, you rang all the right bells, sounds like, and Gil.
She does every time.
I just don't want somebody to get sick,
You
get
know?
hurt,
Right.
drowned.
I keep hearing that, the calendar, Teresa, the calendar. Well, the calendar should be done when it's supposed to be done. The food truck
Well,
should
it
be
should
done 45
be-
days in advance, you know?
If you're adding caterers 2 to 3 days before an event, have the decency to call the Board of Health and let us know. Because if I hadn't checked, or if they didn't call, I would never have known.
Well, the resident in this case did everything right. Like, they weren't getting a response from
Mm-hmm.
the Recreation Commission or
That's the organization.
the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, did an agent-to-agent call. And you were able to, so the person,
Yeah, the person that reached out to, it was the trickle down, the person that works in Rockland that reached out to the Rockland Board of Health and that reached out to the Hanson Board of Health and then ended up calling.
any response from the leadership team at Kewanee on this yet? On this event?
I haven't heard anything.
No, they just filled in the calendar. Within hours of all this happening. Well, probably a day after, basically.
I have to look back. I don't remember.
Yeah. So. Yeah, nothing transpired, no incident happened, but what if? No, we wouldn't know anything. The fire department would have known there's going to be 200
It's just,
people there.
it keeps happening.
Yeah.
This was just a larger scale.
And there's no oversight until the Recreation Commission gets another member on the board.
No, that's what it looks like so far.
So we're
Until it
waiting
comes-
for that.
It might come after, it may be on the Board of Selectmen's agenda or something.
Okay.
So we're waiting to see on that.
I haven't gotten the calendar in a while.
That's what the fire department said.
They hadn't gotten it either?
Yeah, they hadn't got enough calendar.
The fire department's supposed to be notified anytime there's an event, and they said we couldn't even tell you the last time we got a calendar.
Oh, no, but I have been, but I'm looking now
I
and
know. Oh, Tony sent us
6/22.
an update on wastewater. Was that supposed to be on today's agenda?
No, it's gonna be on next month's agenda.
Yeah, that's stormwater management. That's a bylaw.
Yep.
Updated bylaw.
Yeah. So, go ahead, I'll see.
It was too late to add it to this agenda.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks for the update on Kewanee. I don't know that there's anything we as a board can do.
Well, I
Everyone's
wanted,
informed.
it's going to be
Yeah.
discussed.
Yep.
But the Board of Health meets with the Kewanee, so now, if they end up with a board now, if the Board of Health meets with the Camp Kewanee Recreation Commission, or whatever they're called now.
That's what you,
Yeah.
you were told on 7/12, Family Fun Day, no caterer. That must mean you. Shall I assume no food or trucks for this event? So it must not have been on the calendar.
No, there was nothing, the event, Family Fun Day,
Family Fun
but
Day.
there was no caterers
And that was
there
7/12.
until last week.
Right.
And I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday that they were added, I don't know.
And that was 7/12?
The event was 7/12, Saturday.
Yeah, because that's what you put here.
Yeah.
And when did I send that? I don't remember.
June 17th.
Anything else from the agent's update?
Well, just one thing I want to bring to this, let me see if I can find
Oh,
it. here.
Gil, I did notice one thing, and I'm just going to ask if it was unusual. In the nurse's summary for the month, there were 7 cases of Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Is that a reasonable number this time of year? I just
Yeah,
don't know.
it's becoming, there's another strand happening right now too, but,
The other thing is, they're just getting diagnosed as having Lyme disease, but you don't know if they got it 3 months ago, 6 months ago,
Yeah.
a year ago.
Okay.
They could have been away in New Hampshire, got bit by a tick, didn't realize they got bit. 6 months later, they're sick, and they go and get a test.
That's not an unusual number, though.
No. Usually that's the highest number we get is Lyme.
Yeah.
No. In terms of the
Oh,
numbers can be
gotcha.
bigger,
Gotcha.
but if we had anything going on, it's Lyme. It's people being more aware of it in the summer.
Yeah.
But you can get it, and it'd be a while before you have any symptoms.
so I'm gonna pass this down to Reed, this is a read-only type thing.
What is it?
That's, Sweezy's office,
Oh, yeah.
the read only.
Yeah, yeah. What's the address on that one?
171 Phillip Street.
171.
Okay, flip it over to the
Okay,
the
so,
response, flip it over to the response, the
Phillip
first page.
Street, what's the unit number, do you know?
205.
Thank
The
you.
first page, Peter. Next one.
it was already folded back. This one?
Yeah, that's one.
I do. Okay. I can't even get them up on my computer now. Did you get anything?
We had
So
spoken
the reason why I'm
previously about
concerned this,
yeah.
read only, this is going through the court system now because it's been, there's numerous companies have tested and everything, so now, the reason why Wingate did that because it's going legal now. So I don't know if it testifies.
But it's not, I see this as an issue between her and the management company. If it's been tested, if they've sent people out there to mitigate the problem, it is not our problem.
Well, you don't know
That's
what
you
she
said.
told.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Oh,
see-
no, I don't know.
Yeah.
But if this company has said they had licensed people in there,
Yeah.
and they had them do this and this and this and this,
Yeah.
she can take it to court.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It's to me, it's like, I have in mind what I want specifically. And you come and you do all the things that you should do, and I still want something different, I'm gonna continue to complain and say you didn't do it right. And that's
But
not
the way
between us, that's
that
between her and
his
the
office put it, that I didn't do my job.
Right. That
You,
So
I
that's.
wouldn't worry about them. That's not your
I
job.
know, but
Yeah.
that's the response.
Did
that
you
Wingate-
go there and do a mold test?
No, I visualized. Yeah, I had to do the housing
And
test.
you didn't see any mold?
No, I
You
didn't.
did your job.
Yeah.
You did your
So I'm
job.
just letting you know because obviously he's going to tell somebody else or something. So
Next time I see him, I'll tell him.
so you pass that back to me.
Get
Yeah.
the story straight, Ken.
Okay.
That's
So-
what
Yes.
he said, she said.
Gil, just
It is.
to just to be clear, you visited the property. You confirmed with the property manager that an independent mold test was conducted. There was no evidence of mold after the mold test, and they did remediate HVAC and venting, even though there was no mold identified,
And she wouldn't let them in.
and they weren't given access. to it.
She's gonna have to fight that in
Yeah,
court
'cause
with
she
the
finally
landlord.
complained with the Department of Public Health on me not going there, but that was resolved. So.
But you know what? If
We
they
resolved
look
all
at the
this.
information,
It snowballed.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. So, okay, we'll go on to that subject.
yeah.
Just maintain sequence of events on that SOE, so we,
Yes, because it's eventually it'll be.
USOE.
yeah.
It's so fancy.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you'll have your story ready to tell.
SOE.
This was first,
Yeah.
this was nice.
Yeah. It's too bad that people do that.
Yeah.
I don't.
So this is a posting of Indian Head Pond. Indian Pond is inundated.
Oh.
And this is a posting I put up.
Ain't that pretty?
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's blue-green. It's an algae infestation, but is
Right.
it,
Cyanobacteria.
Cyanobacteria is our favorite in town.
Yeah.
The flavor
So
of the
that's
day.
that. That's the posting at the sign at
I
the
hear
Indian Head
people
Pond.
let their dogs go in the water.
People-
Okay, so can I just say,
Yes.
my dog died from going in the town hall pond because of cyanobacteria. I did not know. This was long before I showed up here. I didn't know anything about that. cyanobacteria. Obviously, I would never let my dog, my
The
3-year-old
only
purebred
people-
shepherd, in the pond.
There
And
are
I
some
know.
people in town that are really keyed into it, so they would always tell you about it, but
We went in, we
Most-
didn't come from here, we went in through the, cemetery, because there's a thing that you can go down. This
Yeah.
was years ago.
It's interesting that Hanson has such a problem with this. It's pretty rare.
No,
oh no,
well,
it's not.
Well, I know in Burlington North in Vermont, it's pretty common, but in Massachusetts, cyanobacteria, I thought it was not
I
that
thought,
common.
no,
Yeah, the
Pembroke
pond-
has it
Yeah,
too.
Pembroke has it. Well, Indian Head Pond is borders Pembroke. Halifax has it. The West and East Lake Montponset are treated every year by Solitude.
Okay.
Chemical.
Yeah.
We dare to be different.
Yeah, we're all part of it. So it's here. We've had one exposure at McQuon Pond, Cranberry Cove, but it was so slight, and hopefully it'll never come back. But that's what's taking.
I hear about this
Too.
every single year.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing we could do is we could put something on cable telling people to be aware.
Well, I think I've got these posters downstairs on the bulletin boards, and I got the lake.
But we don't have one at the cemetery.
Just to be clear, we've had the water tested, right? And it is
No,
definitely.
we don't test the cyanobacteria.
We're just.
We only test
The state?
swimming beaches.
The state.
Yeah.
If
For
I
state,
see
state, I think
Yeah,
that's
okay.
it.
if it's a bathing beach and the bathing beach turns green, the state will come down and test it.
Mhm.
And the threshold is 77,000 count. So that's stay out, get out of the water. The minimum is
I
30,000.
do like this, but I just don't know. Like, do they still have the board they used to have down at Burridge?
Yes, we
But
have.
do they put anything up there? I know
I
that's
don't-
not our board.
No, I don't do
It's
that.
not our board,
I don't
but
do those.
I'm even thinking if there was something like this on cable that people might see.
Yeah, I mean we
and
got a
say-
couple.
Because there's no place to put it in Burridge.
Yeah,
Is it
send me
not
an
a
email,
property?
I can send those to you, I
Yes,
have them
send-
saved.
Okay.
So the state does test for swimming. That's good.
I
No,
do.
we
we
test
test for
for
You
swimming
test for
at the
swimming.
pond,
Yeah, okay.
for E. coli.
Who
For E.
tests
coli
for
and
cyanide?
cyano.
The state only tests for cyano
Yeah.
if it's in a swimming pond,
Okay.
like Indian Head Pond. They're not going to test that because it's not for swimming.
It's not for swimming, so they don't care if it's
What about Wampatuck Pond?
not swimming.
Wampatuck is not. Wampatuck
That's
might
it.
be tested.
Yeah, no, they don't
No
swim.
Oh
swimming.
no, I'm talking about the other. Is that Oldham Pond?
Where? Oh, I don't know.
One up the
Oldham?
street, Oldham.
I don't
There's
know.
so many of them around here.
I
Where
go
are
in the
they?
water quite a bit and to
Where?
get into a kayak.
Oh,
you
in a
step
kayak.
into the water. No, but you're still getting in the water.
Oh.
Do you wear
Yeah.
boots?
The thing
My feet
is,
get wet.
well, the thing is, you don't
Muck
drink.
boots.
Don't drink it.
No?
Don't let it get on your skin.
Right.
And clean your boat off
Clean your boat
after,
off
so that
afterwards.
when you put it into another body of water, you're not cross-contaminating.
So if we're worried about this pond, we should probably put a notice up here.
It is,
no.
it is.
It is, okay.
The
good.
rest is out there. Yeah, I do that too. So.
But if you go in through the cemetery,
Which
you're
is
not
the way
gonna
I went
see.
in.
I
A lot of people walk up
I
the
picked it all up.
cemetery.
I didn't post that.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if there's any place in the cemetery where you
I
can
don't
put something
know.
up.
I haven't been over there since, and it was years ago.
Thanks, Gil, for doing that.
So this is another one. This is a habitat that's taken place at the Cove, which I addressed that this morning with the beach director and caretakers and stuff. They're taking. I never realized that when they go around the pond, they're picking at the weeds and the lily pads and all that. So they've been disappearing, but there's a section of the cove that's enclosed, and all the pads are there. So now there's a flock of 14 there. So I check it every morning. So that's the next.
How does their poop change the water? Because I know it wrecks.
Salmonella.
E. coli, some of the land.
Carries a lot of salmonella.
So I dropped that off to Margaret Cam Hickey, the beach director.
So are they going to try to move them along?
Well, they got to get that. They got to get that center section where the docks connect together. They got to get that cleaned up, because that's what they're after.
Ah,
They're there in the
if you
morning.
move the food source, they'll go someplace else.
So there's a flock of 14 there now. So it's going to increase because it's clean water.
Yeah.
So
Have you seen all the hummingbirds this year? Just talking about wildlife.
Oh, yeah.
An incredible number of hummingbirds this year.
yeah,
It's great.
there's a lot of. There's an actual bluebirds are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Not blue jays, bluebirds.
Bluebirds, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're coming
no.
back. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So
Along with the stupid chipmunks that are digging holes in my lawn.
that's
Hanson could be a birder's paradise. There's a,
Oh, it absolutely could
there's
be.
a lot here for birders. Yeah.
Burridge?
Birds, yeah.
Oh, my God.
God.
There's a guy that I follow that's there every day, and he finds the most amazing things.
So I have my usual home squatter and stuff, and
Home squatters?
well, the biggest thing, the dumpster that's been on the corner of Pratt Place and Winter Street up here, I finally got into that place, got the guy, Thompson Waste in there. He's had the dumpster there a year, he finally paid the guy, so, got rid of that whole dumpster. There's at least, there's a garage full of about 30, 40 bags of home refuse. And I got a truck in there, it's probably got 50
Okay.
bags of refuse, so that's.
Was there somebody living in the house? Okay.
Family, so. I won't get into these other properties, it'll be a long story, so.
It's 6 o'clock now, are we ready to adjourn? Or do we have more?
He's still not done.
Yeah.
He's not?
Oh, I didn't think
Well,
so.
we have other properties that we're dealing with, like,
Well, he said I won't get into it, but you could do a
Well,
quick
okay.
synopsis, not
Well,
a whole in-depth. Do we have
Sure.
5 properties with issues, 6 properties
I got
with
2
issues?
properties. I got one on Milford Street. That's working very well right now. The family's taking good care of that one.
Okay,
And I got, so these are building and fire department problems here, so.
okay.
We got, what else is, I don't want to jump around here. I got that. Like I think most of these meetings, see, these incidents are now taking place, are turning big throughout the town here. Like building and permits and stuff. Someone doesn't apply for a building permit, so what we have is the, our inspection service task force, fire department, conservation, town administrator, building inspector. We're reviewing everything in town because people are just coming in and doing what they want without taking permits. They come in Friday afternoon, leave Monday morning. So we've got a list of places that we're checking out constantly. It's working out very well. We're all out there. I go back and forth, and so many other people go back and forth. So we're growing, and the growth is so intense here that a lot of people just come in and do what they want. But there are rules and regulations, and the rules and regulations I enforce are strictly state. The Board of Health does not have its own rules and regulations. It all goes state CMIs and that type of stuff. So it's getting pretty intense.
So the town's focusing more on making sure permits are issued and work is done.
Permits, because we're also focusing on permits due to the fact that the permits, what the permits generate, contributes to the tax base.
Mhm.
So if someone does a $5,000 renovation on a house, say it costs $300, they don't take a permit, we lose that $300. So we're all out there in our normal course of duty, and we're getting fined too. So
Yeah.
as you see, the thing on 1057 Main Street, that's in court. That's a total court thing. So that's he's being fined, every day. So
I just have a question. Do we have your regular report?
that's
I
pretty much the
don't-
regular report.
Huh? Your written report?
I didn't do a report. No, we try to present this in a different way. That's why I think these incidents, they're just not. They're not just things that's, lined up in just an NU report. So many addresses and all that. So if you notice the last few meetings, I've been doing pictures and stuff. I think that's becoming more and more important now, so that you know the sequences of things that are happening, and try to, catalog that stuff.
We had asked for a
Yeah,
written
written
report.
report and
You
an
need to do a
update,
written report.
an update on inspections would be helpful.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to do a written report.
Yeah.
We each got these separately for us to look at, right? Or you don't need this back,
No, that's your copy.
and this is for us to look at. All right,
Mhm.
I guess. I don't have any more questions. So I think you want me to make a, motion to adjourn.
Yes. I second.
on favor.